It's your girl Jer here on the Tipton Hour, WPPJ 670 AM. Second half of the show. And returning guest with me here today. He hit me up like, I gotta, I want to come back on, you know what I mean? I said, I gotta bring the homie back, you was good, showed mad love. I got the homie Fowl here with me.
Fowl.
Fowl.
What was she calling me?
I don't remember.
I don't remember. She was calling me something else last time, but now I had to come back just to see if she knew my name. Like,
I remember.
Maybe she might remember my name this time. Because she was calling me some shit.
I don't know what I was calling you, but you probably like, girl, like, what is going on with you? Thank you for coming through again. Hit me
Most
up
definitely.
like one of my ones, I show all my returning guests love. I always love to have returning guests. It excites me because that means I'm doing something right. It's like, y'all want to come back, y'all want to come see me. But thank you so much. We had you here last year. Did some good. That was last semester, matter of fact. Not a whole year ago. What's new?
Yeah, I got a EP I got coming out. It's going to be, I'm breaking it up in 2 parts.
Okay.
Because I wanted it to be 13 songs, but 13 songs seemed like a lot. So
No.
a lot to have some,
Because Chris Brown came out with 45 on this last.
Chris Brown was making music for 20 years? I've been making music for 2.
I love Chris Brown, but I'm on like number 10. I'm not nowhere near close. Like, I don't know what's going on. But 13's good. That's the average, right?
Yeah, but I'm breaking it up into 7 and 6.
7 and 6. Okay. Yeah. So why did you want to do that?
Just to make it shorter than 13 songs, like, for the most part. I mean, people could remember them. Like, people want to play it more,
Right.
I like I had like a mixtape that I made last year.
Okay.
And that was just like 5 songs, but it was like more like well-known industry beats, just something small. This is more like beats that I've actually got.
Okay.
So.
And as I was listening to your music today, I was putting it on my drive. I'm like, all right, sounds good. You know what I mean? Like, you don't disappoint me at all.
Appreciate it.
You don't disappoint me. So, what can you say is different about these 2 EPs that you're going to come out with?
Well,
compared to your previous music.
Well, I focus more on like writing and stuff like that. Like I said, I've only been rapping for 2 years.
Right. So. And you good for only be doing it for 2 years.
Yeah.
You good. You're really good because people been rapping for years and years. I'm like,
I always been able to write, like, you know what I mean. So it's like when I was in school, I always take good grades in writing.
Right.
Able to think a lot, you know what I mean. So.
Right. Which is, we had this conversation with another artist, how important songwriting is, and how some artists, some still don't write their own music. And it's okay because there's people like me or whoever who wants to write for artists. You know what I mean? Like, people don't realize it's a true talent to write a song. You know what I mean? To come up with a melody and a beat, you know what I'm saying, and a rhythm. Like, it's a true talent just to write a song. So anybody who's a songwriter, for themselves or for other people, I applaud you. I did.
I've had people reach out to me to write songs for them. But, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I thought about songwriting. You know people who want a songwriting. So, any people send them to me.
Send them to you.
If y'all want me to write a song, I'll try. I'll try, write a song, but
I don't know. I'm more so like write about like more like stuff that I experienced. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. Like whenever people want someone to write a song from, I mean, unless you're writing like a party song or something like that, like a party vibe. But if it's like certain things, like you got to write what you experience.
Yeah.
And to me, that makes it a lot better.
That makes it more real.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. It makes it, a lot more legit and stuff. So you got these 2 EPs coming out. What type of events you got going on? Any shows? Something you hosting or you performing in?
Yeah, well, I performed on Thursday at the Erkin Hookah, Bi-Coastal. I think they're called Bi-Coastal, something of that sort.
Okay.
And, I came in 3rd. It was like a competition. I came in 3rd.
Okay, good. What you win? Did you win something?
studio time or something like that.
Oh, that's good. Well,
Yeah, so that works out.
congratulations.
Not right now. Like, I'll find out about them,
Mhm.
and then like I'll just reach out to the person,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, "Oh, send me something." I'll send them something, and they'll be like, "Okay, well,
Yeah. Right.
you're good to go."
Okay.
And I have a tour coming in December.
Hey, there we go. You going on tour?
Yeah.
Is it just you or you and other people?
Me and my boy's named Streets Horton.
Okay.
He also raps.
He raps. Okay.
Yeah, I'm about to get the locations real quick.
Oh. Tell me how setting up a tour works. Like, who do you contact? All that stuff.
I really don't want to say it because then everybody would do it.
Right. Oh, you want to? You want to
Yeah,
hear
I
the
don't want to
secret.
tell people my way. You know what I mean?
So what? All right. Give it. All right.
What free advice do you
If you
Yeah,
ask me
free
this,
advice,
ask me this in like, I'm gonna come back to the show in like 2 years. Ask me that again in 2 years, and I'll explain it. But,
So Will doesn't want to, share his
You know what I mean?
his
His
details.
competition gotta compete.
That's
He ain't
Yeah,
gotta be
you know what I
all-
mean?
Okay.
Because like,
I respect that.
I don't even, like people been rapping for years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they got look at it as like a business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a career. You know what I
A
mean?
career,
So some
okay.
people. So it's all about how you look at it. So it's like I look at it as a business. So I go above and beyond
Uh huh.
to like reach out to people and know what to say, things like that.
So how many different places are you going to on this tour?
Well, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati,
Mhm.
Columbus, Detroit.
How do people get tickets to see you at these shows?
As soon as I find that out, I'll definitely have it
Okay.
out to people. Like as
Okay.
soon as I find that out.
Okay. All right. Cool.
And where can we find you online so that when you do find it out,
Okay, you can
let everybody know?
you can honestly you can just type in like Will Fowl on Google, like
Did he?
no space.
Wait a minute. Did he just say
Google me, baby.
we can Google him? This is why I cannot stand
No, because
him.
you tell,
You get
instead,
so extra.
instead
He
of
said
telling
you
people-
could just Google it.
Google me, baby.
I can see.
instead of telling people, because people will be like,
Oh,
people will click on the link in your bio, and like when I put links in my bio, it's like normally it's the latest thing I've done.
Yeah.
And people put a link in your bio, and they'll be like, they'll hit me up like, hey bro, I wanted to listen to Helena Street. How do I do that? And I'm like, bro, you gotta Google me. You know, or you gotta type something on Google. Or I'll be like, I'll say go to SoundCloud. I don't use SoundCloud. Well then you gotta.
You don't use SoundCloud, so what do you use?
I put it on SoundCloud. I've just started putting stuff on YouTube. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like
YouTube's good. YouTube's a good way. You gotta pay for SoundCloud? Cause
I pay for the.
That's what I thought.
I pay for the one. It's like so you can make sure you can put more stuff up. Like you can just do it. You can just do it for
Yeah.
free. But then it's like then you gotta remember is it a business? Like if you're just doing it for free, you probably are paying to have like you gotta pay to have one of them. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. So you got more merchandise you selling? I still got that shirt. That you gave me. I still be rocking it.
You rocked it.
I still.
Which color one do you have?
I had the gray one with the
gray
black writing on it.
one? Okay.
Yeah. So
we love merch.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
We love merchandise.
Yeah, see, I was. Next time I see you, I'll have. Well, not next time I see you. Next time I see you and I have something and you see me, it's yours.
There we go.
Yeah. We got it. So
Unless it's something for like $100, then.
All right, I
he's
can't.
like, actually, I'm not.
Google me.
Just Google me if you want merchandise.
Just
That's the
get it on. You might have to get that one online.
Oh my God, well, I cannot say it. But so you gave me 2 songs that I'm gonna play. Stunner Hustler and Daydreamer, which I like both of them. We're gonna play your music. Take a short little break. We'll be back with this man. He's so extra.
Play Daydreamer
And some
first.
fun topics.
And some fun topics. We're gonna come back, we're gonna play his music, come back, talk about it. We got a topic that we want to discuss that's been floating around in the air. I told Gabby, I said, we're gonna talk about this on the show. So, but we'll be right back, y'all. We got Mr. Will Fowl here. We're gonna play 2 of his songs, Stoner Hustler and Daydreamer. Will, let's talk about these 2 songs you gave me.
Yeah.
We'll do Daydreamer first, since that was one of
Daydreaming is like it's kind of like my favorite. Basically, it's my favorite song on the whole EP.
Okay.
Because it's like it like explains me so well, and I'm always like daydreaming too.
Yeah.
And I always like zone out. Like people will have conversations with me, and
Yeah.
I always
Yeah.
zone out.
Mhm.
Yeah, it could be that too. Like, but I couldn't name every song smoking, so
When do we expect these EPs to be done? Completed?
December for
Okay.
the first part. Then the second part, I'm either doing like late January, like you smoke weed, you're lazy. and
Yeah,
stuff like
you
that.
don't do. Yeah.
So it's
yeah.
like they say I'm a stoner. I'm more like a hustler. you know
Right,
what I mean?
right. Okay. I can see them being behind that. When can we expect these EPs to be done? Completed?
December for
Okay.
the first part. Then the second part, I'm either doing like late January, early February.
Okay.
Depends.
Okay, that's a good setup.
Just give it some time for prepping
Okay.
and stuff like that. So I mean,
So
the name of it, which you didn't ask.
how do you know? I was about to get.
I'm writing down all the stuff you ain't asking. Writing it all down.
But I did. All right. What's the name of these EPs?
White collar stoner. It was. She's like, no figure.
No, yeah, I was gonna say. Both of them are called White Collar Stoner.
Well, it's called White Collar Stoner, 1 of 2.
And then what's the other one gonna be? 2 of 2.
There you go. There we go. Now we working as a team. Now we working as a team. Now we're working as a team. White Collar Stoner, 2 of 2.
Okay.
Kind of like if you got like a book with 2 pages. The first page is not a book, but you know,
Right.
2
Okay.
pages. First page is gonna be, but it's like the whole time you keep looking at that page, like
Yeah.
I know I gotta flip the page.
Right.
You feel me?
Cool. That's what's up.
All right.
Miss
Ready to get
Gab?
into the fun stuff?
Let's get into it.
Just because you're up and coming in music, so soon this will be your universe, your realm. You'll be fully immersed. So I have 2 questions. I have a question about some celebrity stuff going on right now, and then I have a bigger question about your future.
Okay.
So we'll start with the small stuff. We're going to talk about the lovely Miss Nicki Minaj. If you have seen, I'm not sure if you've seen. If not, we can pull it up for you, I'm sure. Nicki Minaj has released a new photo shoot through Paper Magazine. She finally got her cover. Oh my gosh. Let me get an Instagram app. Somebody give me an Instagram. Briefly describe to you what we're seeing here for those who can't see. It's the Wanna Minaj photo shoot, basically. That's her last name as far as, you know, her rap moniker, and she's never done a photo shoot about it. So it's basically 3 of her in various different settings, in various different sexually suggestive. Here we go. So we have Nicki.
I actually seen this plenty times,
touching
but
this, touching that,
I didn't mind
etc.,
seeing it
etc.
again.
So, if you haven't seen the photos, you can go to Paper Magazine's Instagram, or you can go to Nicki Minaj's Instagram. My question to you guys, we have some mixed opinions. You know, we have those who love it, and we have those who say that Nicki Minaj is trying too hard, or she's trying to be Cardi B, or whatever. So my question is, and I'll share my take, although anyone who knows me already knows my take. But what do you guys think? How do you guys feel about the photo shoot? Is it desperation? Is it trying too hard? Or is it something that just fits, you know?
I think she did the right thing.
That is a good answer.
It's like, I don't know. I mean, I don't have no problem with the picture.
I think
So
it's
it's like,
beautiful.
yeah, I
think
mean,
it's
it's
literally
like how,
stunning.
and it's people saying trying too hard.
So we got Wendy Williams saying that she's trying to keep up with the Cardi B's, and we have rappers like Eve saying that you're a role model to young girls and you need to act as such. Now, if you ask me,
but so if your name is if your artist name is Nicki Minaj, and she comes dressed as a, no offense, but as a nun,
right?
How much sense does that
people
make?
are gonna look like, okay, let me scroll past this picture.
Right.
You know what I mean? I definitely feel
It's a different universe. You gotta grab their ass.
Absolutely.
I mean, right.
Sex sells.
And this is the same stuff Little Kim did back
And it's
in
a
the day.
picture.
You know
You
what I
acting
mean?
like they acting like she dropped a video of her and 2 of herself
You
getting
know what
crazy.
I mean? It's
Right.
just pictures.
It's just pictures.
And
That would have really
it's her
frozen.
name.
It's her name.
Literal
What do you-
name. That's the part that's baffling me. It's her
Right.
name.
It's her
Like,
name.
what else did you expect
And
her to
everyone
do?
knows she's very hypersexualized. That's
Like, this
she
is
came
not the
out
first
that way.
photo shoot that
Yeah.
she's
You know what I mean?
been in like this. She's been more naked in other photo shoots. Has anyone ever seen the Anaconda video?
Yeah.
Like, have
Yeah.
we seen any of her old? Have we heard any of her old music? She's toned down a lot since then. So I just don't understand that anybody who thinks that she's trying to cop out and be somebody else. Her name is Nicki Minaj.
Yeah,
Like,
she did the
don't
right. She did the
comprehend.
right thing.
So
Yeah.
that kind of brings me into
And
my
you know, like another thing about females, you know, like when females, like the older they get, they start to get like insecure about this. You know, what I mean? Sometimes people need to like do stuff like this so they like the weird thing to say.
I
So
still
she
got
feel
it.
pretty. You
Right,
know what I mean.
I still got it.
All these new young artists coming out. It's like, why can't now if if like Gladys Knight, if Gladys Knight dropped this, you'll be like, all right,
Oh
now
my
Gladys Knight is
God.
reaching.
Gladys, please.
But it's
All right,
like,
Gladys,
but it's
please
like
don't do
she's,
this,
you know what I
Gladys.
mean. So and then it's like, I don't. Is Nicki Minaj 30 yet?
She's over 30.
Yeah, she.
Yeah. So it's like, you know how many girls over 30s like, go ahead, do your thing, because I know what it's like to be over 30 and not feel sexy. You know what I mean? So go out.
Right.
They're
Make
trying to
yourself
push
feel
her
sexy.
as a role model. And that's what I don't understand. And here's
She's
my
not
PSA
Michelle
to all of
Obama.
y'all.
Like,
Yeah, they acting like she was married to Barack Obama
Yeah,
and she
like-
went to Brown.
Nobody's-
she's Nicki Minaj. What do you
Exactly. If Nicki Minaj is your child's number one role model, I think you're the issue in the situation, not Nicki Minaj. Like, why is your child able to access these images
Honestly,
if they're
some
not
people-
old enough to understand it, or
Some
they're not
people
old
would
enough
say
to
like,
see it?
some people would say like, your parent should be the number one role model.
Let's be clear.
You
Yeah.
feel me?
Why is
Some
Nicki
people would
Minaj
say
your
that.
child's role model?
Right.
Nicki Minaj should not be, you know what I mean, the person that your child idolizes. It should be the things that they see on MTV or VH1, the stuff you can see on television. If your child's not old enough to see Nicki Minaj's breast and understand that she can't do that too, then she doesn't need to have an iPhone,
Right.
let alone be following Nicki Minaj.
Right,
So
right.
if Nicki Minaj is wrong
Right.
because she's supposed to be a role model, I think that y'all don't know how to control what your
Right.
kids watch.
Right.
To
right.
me, that's just
True.
what it sounds like.
But it's
That's
like,
true.
I don't know. You'll ride around Pittsburgh and see taxis with signs on top of it with a girl spread eagle
With a
Saying-
cheerleader
Yeah.
saying we're
Right.
open till 3:00.
Right, right.
Come on.
So
So
what's
I don't
the
get what
difference?
people are
Right,
saying.
Right.
I just don't get it.
Right,
So
right.
that brings me into my next question for you, as far as like your career and your future. So, if it came down to it, you know, everything's booming for you, everything's going great, and you get an offer, you know, we want you on Love and Hip Hop, or you know, we want to do this reality something with you, or that kind of thing. Is that something that you would do? Like, do you feel like people doing kind of going the extra mile, like Nicki Minaj in this photo shoot, or people who go on, you know, Love and Hip Hop and those different types of shows, is that something that you think would be beneficial for your career, or do you think that does more harm? What's your take on that? I got the
if you're-
contract right here, Love and Hip Hop,
Yeah.
season 12.
Yeah, but it's like, I wouldn't do it. No,
Yeah.
Okay.
because
Which reminds me, I don't know if y'all heard, there's supposed to be a Love and Hip Hop Miami coming out
Trina,
next year.
Trick Daddy, Gunplay.
Yeah, and I remember Trina saying in the interview she would never do Love and Hip Hop because that ain't her style. She don't want to do it.
But
She's not with the cattiness. And I heard she's
it's kind of like
She is on it.
it's kind of
Yeah.
like it's kind of like the worker at McDonald's that says, "Oh, I'll never clean crap out of toilets." You know, what I mean?
right.
Until
yeah.
they say do it or you fired. You
Right,
know?
right.
You never know. So
Does
it's
it
like,
make sense?
I gotta look at it, like, people gotta remember it's their job. You know what I mean? It's like you say
They
you never
probably
do nothing
paying her
until
some good money.
Yeah.
They have to. I mean,
if the
it's
money's good.
Trina,
And how
you
many
know?
how many viewers does that get? And it's on like television.
It's on
you know what I mean?
television 365.
You know how hard it is to get people to watch television. Like I
It
think it
is.
works more on bringing you back.
Oh, really, it does.
But then you can't say that because then you have someone like Cardi B.
yeah, who
So,
blew up. She was, I mean, I know.
But she was also smart with it because how many seasons did she do?
She only did 2, right?
And then then she was
After
out.
that, she was done.
She was out.
So they didn't keep doing it. And I think it is a good platform to get yourself started because people, you know, like Cardi B, who got a #1 hit on Billboard, who's, you know, who's popular, who's making music. Situations like that, yes. But if you want to keep coming back on the show repeatedly and you
And
ain't
now
make
you
no
got,
moves,
it's like
then
it's
what's
like
the point?
You
of
gotta
being on it?
dance.
Right?
oh
I
you
mean,
want to work with the show. You don't want the camera.
I want to
be
be on the show.
Oh, you want to be on the show.
Right.
I want to
do
be
that
on the
too.
show.
You know if you want to be on the show,
not
you
as a
know
musician.
you know if you're on the show, there's like a 95% chance that the guy you're with cheating with.
That's very, very. Like I swear.
But I don't want him on the show though.
I
Let me
haven't
be on the
seen-
show. He could probably.
Oh, they want the whole package.
Oh,
They're like
they want the whole
if you
package.
coming, your man coming.
That's what
And
happened
that's
with.
where I say never mind.
That's what happened with the Atlanta show. What is it? No,
Rashida and Kirk.
no. Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh.
You know how Kenya got married, and for her to come back, they said we want your husband on the show, and the husband didn't want to be on there. So she's like, if you know he doesn't want to be on there, I can be
agree.
on there. And she was like, you know what? No, we're not coming
Absolutely
back on
not.
there. So
That's the thing.
yeah,
that's
because
the
they want you got
they want the whole
it's entertainment.
entertainment. They want the whole package. So
the lovely Miss Jocelyn Hernandez
I don't know.
decided to drop a diss track on Cardi B. Did you hear it?
No.
Can you understand what she's saying? Is probably question number one. Just because she just sounds crazy as all heck. Let's start there. But I couldn't understand what she was saying. Like, she just literally said something. The only thing I could understand was, you know what? I don't even think I could say it on radio.
Yeah.
It was rude.
Was it really like I heard?
I mean, it's a diss track though,
diss
so you know
track.
people are gonna say rude stuff. People
It
gonna
was
say
a straight
like,
diss track. She
"I
called
love
her
you."
a bloody bleep, bleep, bleep. Bleep. Like, that was the only line I understood, and y'all don't even know what I'm saying. But, yeah, she definitely dissed her. So, how do you feel about rap beef? Do you feel like it's real? If it's fake? Do you feel like it's all publicity? Or, you know what I mean? Do you think people are really pulling up?
I mean, people have to be really pulling up because people have got shot, people got jumped. You know what I mean? But it's, I don't know. Sometimes it just seems like, but sometimes you got to remember some of these dudes. I know dudes like this, like guys that rap, and it's like as soon as they meet someone and that person ticks them off, it's F them, F everybody you with, F everybody you hang with. You know what I mean? So it's like that's how you got to remember. But it's a lot easier for these rappers to beef because and like nothing to happen because. It'll be like, for example, Meek Mill and Game, they live on two different sides of the coast.
Yeah.
It's different when so you cannot like someone and hold a grudge for a lot longer and be able to talk what you want than like if you was beefing with dude that live up the street.
Right.
Absolutely.
Growing up, if I'm beefing with dude that live up the street, we fight. Next day we might walk past each other or something like that, or might fight again, but it's like, you ain't gonna fight with him.
You ain't gonna fight no more. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just think everything dies down. But since it's internet and you can say what you want,
and it's
and
there.
people see it and see it a month later
Share
and
it,
2
share
months
it,
later.
Share it.
So then it's like, it's different than when you just said something to someone's face.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot different. I never understood.
But like people miss out on a lot of money with that beef and stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Beef is
a
money.
lot
Remy
of
and
venues.
Nikki both made a check.
I know they.
But their beef
check.
is you're talking about feet.
I'm talking
Y'all,
all beef.
I'm forgetting both of y'all's female because it's
I'm talking all
like
beef.
male beef. People lose out on money because people get shot, people get jumped,
Yeah, like,
and
what's
people
his
don't want
name?
that going on in their venues. But they'll like your music and they'll play your music, but you
Right.
ain't coming to perform.
Right.
Absolutely. So there is different situations. Like I feel like the Remy and Nikki beef was about a check, you know, for who all parties concerned, honestly.
Right.
Whereas we have like, you know, Yo Gotti and what's his
Young
name?
Dolph, yeah.
Young Dolph, where, well, I don't think that's about a check at all. So
Yeah, and it's like
I think
and it's
it
like
is
it's
on
not
two
it's, and
hands.
then it's not people forget the ones you affect when you beef. So
Right,
it's like,
right.
You hang with all your friends, you forget that your friend likes to go to Walmart shopping in that neighborhood where you beefing with dudes. Then your friend's in the picture. Then 2 days later, you find out your friend got ran down on. A whole bunch of guys jumped on him. People say whatever to you. No, it's just pride.
You're like,
most
let
of
me
the time,
simplify this.
most of the time it's pride. You have people
Pride.
who have
That's
too
life.
much. You have too much pride, and then you
Yeah.
have people who like they know how to let stuff go.
Right. It's okay.
But sometimes people will say something online and let it go, but then you ain't let it go because you put it online.
Yeah.
And people seen it, and people took a picture of it, and people shared it. So
Yeah.
even though you let it go, we didn't.
We ain't
Yeah,
gone.
they didn't.
We didn't. We know what you said.
Well.
Definitely. But I'm also doing a like a short documentary on my EP. Also,
See, here we go. Nice
Out.
segue.
y'all might be on it, so y'all might be famous.
I'm here for
If you find me a radio job, please. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But all right, the documentary is cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
The guy we had on before said he was doing a film, something. So is that like the new kind of area for rappers? You know, like let's venture off into the film and the directing of things. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I mean I ain't shooting a movie. I'm just doing like a documentary, almost like a behind the music type thing.
yeah, okay.
I would like to.
Would you do
something
a
like
movie?
that.
Would you shoot a movie?
Yeah. I would write. I would do, but it's like there's a time for everything. I ain't worried about that right now.
Absolutely. Gotta get your P's and Q's.
He's like,
yeah,
let
I
me
ain't trying
just
to be
start with
jack
this
of all trades,
documentary
master
for
of none.
So before we go, without anything else you got going on, did I miss anything? Will?
Did you miss anything?
Did I miss anything?
No, I have a show. I have a show in Pittsburgh on the 23rd. It's at the Flow Lounge.
Okay.
Hey, that's
Yeah,
my
the title.
boyfriend's venue. That's so funny.
Oh, really? The Flow Lounge.
That is my boyfriend's venue.
Wow.
So I will probably see you there.
For real.
Yes, sir.
Well, if
Awesome.
you see me and I see you,
I want
and
my
I got the
merch.
I got you.
Yes.
I want my
We
merch.
need
Share
merchandise.
Give us the date one more time.
Um,
The 20.
The 23rd for y'all. The
23rd
7th.
or 27th.
I was gonna say,
I don't even know which day.
It's December 23rd.
December 23rd,
Yeah.
Flow Lounge.
What time?
I would say 9. Like
You don't know.
show up at 9. Most stuff starts
You
at
don't know.
most stuff
9,
starts
10,
at 9.
you know.
No.
Tell black people 8. 8. 8 if you black. 8.
Hey, be there by 11.
So, yeah.
Hey,
8.
If my boyfriend got anything to do with it, come at 10 because he runs late.
He runs late all the time. So, you know what I'm gonna ask you to do.
All right.
Come on, you know what I'm gonna ask you to do.
You
This is how we
know.
end the show off all the time. You know I asked for the freestyle. It could be 30 seconds.
Google him. We're getting in the zone.
I'm moving out to Utah, 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 so I can live my life out in Utah, 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 Utah. That's the Mormon life, yeah. That's a Mormon state of mind. Get your own woman, you ain't taking mine. I got a couple. We all lay and cuddle. We all hit the mall. They all get a bundle. Premium Indian, 500 a bag. I keep them all sprung. I got them all in check. And they all wifey type. They all cook and clean. They all keep it tight. They all, me right, got a key to the crib for the late nights. Yeah, something like a janitor, smoking like a chimney, and like an animal. Been the player. No, I ain't an amateur. But instead of playing games and stuff, I'd rather wife them up. Yeah. That's a Mormon state of mind. Get your own woman, you ain't taking mine. I got a couple, we all lay and cuddle. I'm moving out to Utah, 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 so I can live my life out in Utah, 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 Utah. That's the Mormon life, yeah. And that's a Mormon state of mind. Get your own woman, you ain't taking mine. I got a couple, we all lay and cuddle. Yeah, we all lay and cuddle.
Hey!
That is original.
I like it.
Hell,
It's
that.
original. I
I've
like
never
it.
heard nothing like that.
I never
like
did.
that.
Utah of all places.
I'm here
Appreciate
for
it.
it. That's where your purpose be at. You can have as many wives as you want.
Wow. Well, I like it. I can't wait to hear
Appreciate it.
If
You
you'd
know what I
like to
mean?
go out to Utah,
I like
you
when
can
people-
Google Will Fowl.
Just Google him and make his life happy.
You gonna Google me and
Since
add me
he's
on
up.
Instagram.
Yeah, let
Will.
people know everything.
Will Fowl on Instagram.
Uh-huh.
Will Fowl on Facebook. That's my fan page.
Okay.
I'm about to my Snapchat right now is wfowler.senior, but that's super complicated to tell someone. So I just made a new Snapchat. I ain't start, using it yet. I'll start using it soon.
Okay.
I'll let people know on my media and stuff, but it's just Will Fowl.
Just Will
that name
Fowl.
was available.
It is.
I wouldn't have thought it was. It's not no more because I got it, but Will Fowl on Snapchat too.
All right.
Okay. Well.
And I'm releasing the singles on. I want to say I'm gonna put them up on SoundCloud. I want to say. I'll say Thursday. This Thursday coming up.
Okay. Okay.
Before the weekend.
So we can have something to play for the weekend.
You heard it here first.
All right. Well, thank you, Will, for coming through.
Appreciate y'all.
Of course, always love when you come through. Well, even it's the second time, but But thank you so much again. I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get together again. Of course,
Yeah. Especially like you should come out on the 23rd. You ever actually see me perform live?
No, I never did.
Oh yeah,
I'll be there.
Well, that looks like I gotta be there too. I gotta see how you do.
We gotta go see Delonte. He wasn't here with us today, but he has his comedy show coming up next month.
Yes.
Yeah, he was telling me about that.
We're gonna go
Delonte,
see
he
Will Fowl
won,
as well.
and he's in the finals. So
That's what's up, man. Funny dude too.
he is. He's
Definitely.
funny. He is. He's a funny dude.
He's a funny grass hole. He is.
Funny
Kind of wanted him to be here, but
I know he
We
missed
wanted
him.
him to be here. He's
You
sick.
ain't missed you, Delonte. Where was you at?
Sicky boo boos in the ER.
I know. Oh.
Oh yeah, I know. Don't just want to hug him.
Oh, Delonte.
Feel better.
Yeah,
feel better.
2 weeks, we'll be back, and hopefully he'll be here.
Yep. So, all right, y'all. Well, we signing off for the night. The Tipton Hour, WPPJ 670 AM.